Well, they've loosened up a little bit. All right, that's the first step. Take the pins out, then just lift it up. And then you have to pull it down, but it's not too heavy, and it comes down slow.
Okay.
And then down the rest of the way. It's a very simple operation. They use this in lieu of the Tommy gate. The Tommy gate has a hidden button, and it's a little electronic button, and it has problems all the time. So these are actually better because they're simple.
So is this electric or is it hydraulic?
It's hydraulic.
It's electric hydraulic.
Electric over hydraulic. And then that's an easy lift.
Okay.
An old man like me can lift. And then the next step is a little tricky. You gotta get this one up, and it should stay, but it doesn't. It doesn't stay very well. So if somebody can hold that right now, I'll bring it down just a little. Just watch your fingers.
Got it.
All right, you let go now. Put it back in the slot. Put the pins back in and you're done.
Okay, and this is a 2,000 pound.
2,000 pound load.
Okay.
Let's go over the inside just a little bit. You got operating instructions. You actually still have the installation instructions. I don't know how they got them wet, but the staples rusted.
All right.
But operator's manuals on the lift is right there. And I was going to go over the books with you, but I didn't know you were coming this time. But these are all your manuals. You have a receipt for the temporary tag. When you get your permanent tag, you can throw this away. Power windows, locks. Four-wheel drive, I'll show you how that operates.
Okay.
I'll get the driver's seat.
Okay, I'll give it back.
I know y'all are not terribly interested in four-wheel drive, but this is a standard two-wheel drive position. And that's your four-wheel. If you're going off-road, you might want to use that, but that's only real critical situations. You're really rough terrain.
On high or low?
Low.
Right.
Your high is what you normally use.
Does the vehicle need to be in park in order to engage four-wheel drive?
No.
Does the vehicle, can you switch on the fly into four-wheel drive?
Yeah, it's called electronic shift on the fly.
Okay. So to disengage high or low, do you need to be in the park?
You don't need to be. It's usually better.
And low probably as well.
To go from high to low, I would stop.
Definitely stop.
You don't have to be in park, but I would stop.
Right. The transfer case is a whole different animal.
Right. And that just from experience. They don't say you have to go to low, but they recommend you go to low. I mean that you stop to go to low. It's cold in there. Don't need that. And it's a simple AM FM stereo radio. No distractions there.
Okay, good. What's the capacity of the bed?
I'm sorry?
The capacity.
How much load can you put? Payload. Let's see. This has 16,000 GVWR. Everything in the truck weighs about 10. So you've got about 5,000 or 6,000 pounds.
5,000 or 6,000 pounds. Okay.
I think it weighs less than your old truck, as far as the bed, because this is steel. That's wood, but it's a lot of wood. So I'm not too sure which would be heavier or lighter.
What are these guys for right here?
If you had any auxiliary equipment, let's say a compressor or something like that, you could wire it into these switches. So you could activate it from here.
Okay.
You may have a power switch on the device itself, but you could disconnect the power from
Oh, you mean like if we engaged a winch or something on the vehicle?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, if you were to put a winch, a generator, air compressor, whatever you want to put on there, you can have it wired to these switches.
Is it possible to get this vehicle equipped with an air compressor?
Sure. If you want, I can call my upfitter and get him to install one for you.
Well, we want to see a price on it first, but
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, out of curiosity, how much would
yeah,
it be?
because I mean, if we had a contained vehicle with air,
no.
Money?
I'd get you a
generator
quote.
and one for the compressor as well.
Oh yeah,
one for each.
a generator and a compressor.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you've got a spare tire in this, but we didn't start out knowing whether we were going to have a spare or not. So we bid the bed without a spare tire carrier.
Mm-hmm.
I can have one put on for you if you want, or a lot of companies just keep their spares at the shop, and then if they have to change the tire, usually if the back one goes out, you're safe. You can get to it. So, what else can I tell you? Oh, the door's open over there, but we can't reset. There we go. You have a few options on what you can watch on, keep an eye on. You can get your miles to empty, so that's a pretty good thing to keep track of. The one thing I need to tell you, this does have diesel exhaust fluid. Whenever you get an oil change, you need to have them top that off. Okay. The system itself will tell you if it's getting low. If you run out, the truck will stop. EPA regulations, you got to have the diesel exhaust fluid to burn off the exhaust.
Okay, so where does that go? That's in the...
No, I'll show you. There's a little blue filler cap on the back.
Okay.
It's got a separate tank. But there's not a lot of options here, but you have a few. You can see what kind of average fuel economy you're getting. I would reset that at this point and see how you're getting, because this has been sitting and running and this and that and the other. So I'll reset that for you. Cruise control is these two buttons here and this one here. Pretty simple operation. You have a boost meter, and you have your engine temperature and your transmission temperature. And you need to keep an eye on those, especially if you're hauling something. You need to keep an eye on your tranny temperature. That would be even more so if you were towing, but y'all didn't have a tow package on the other one, so that's the way I had this one structured. Okay?
Okay.
Anybody got any questions at all? And if you can't think of one now and you think of one later, you can always call me.
Okay.
Okay. You like all Ford products, you have roadside assistance for the first 60,000 miles. So if you were to have a flat or you need a tow or something like that, you can call that roadside assistance number. It's on a card in these manuals here. I meant to have these taken apart, but like I said, I was waiting for that second truck to get here to get everything